Guys, crypto is going absolutely crazy. Yesterday we had a breakout. We hit $30,000 on Bitcoin, and all of a sudden we just see this huge ass red candle come out of nowhere. Now, guys, it's very important for us to understand that we are at a phase where the whales and the sharks are out. These guys are here to make things very tough, especially on the shorter time frames. For the newbies, they sit in there and they're like, "What's happening?" You can see very much that everything we make in a certain period gets absorbed so quickly, and then it goes back up again, and stuff's just wild. And I want to be here today to give you a really good show on understanding where we're actually at and why you're seeing this crazy price action and why you have to stay throughout these times. For me, we are the area of where we're going to finally determine if this is a bear rally versus is this a bull rally. Now, just before I get into the show, remember to smash the subscribe button if you're brand new to the channel, and hit the like button if you enjoyed this content. Now, remember, guys, in the next hour and a half or so, we have the trading competition begin, where we have many traders fighting for a Tesla, a Rolex. We have $10,000, and I know we're giving, I think, up to $100,000 in giveaways. And things like that. So, guys, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, I want to quickly speak about this trading competition. You need to now finally rate yourself. And what I've done is you take a small amount and you put into account, and it's now time for you to understand something. What you're doing is you're dedicating yourself for the next 35 days. And what you're saying is, I don't care which way this market plays, I need to learn how to trade it. I work a lot within school and a lot within these daily sessions and a lot within the shows to teach you guys that we can make money if the market goes up or down. Now it is time to do that. It is time to see, because we're going to soon find out that are we going to go retest the supports of 25K? Are we going to go lower than that? Or are we going to break 32 and still go to 40K? That's the big thing. And you need to be able to trade either one. Now, I need you to stay focused at this time because the whales are out. For me, this is what determines if this is a bear rally versus this is a bull rally. And now is the perfect time. Plus, you can hit two birds with one stone. If you open a ByBit Sniper School link below, you can also register for the competition. What you can do is you can apply to, you can get into the next cohort, which is the next 2 weeks that we start, cohort number 5. We've had over 14,000 students in Sniper School, guys. 14,000 students in Sniper School. Absolutely insane. So you're able to then join the cohort and you're able to join the competition. You'll find all that below in the description. If you want to join Sniper School, hit the register to Sniper School. It sends you an email, gives you a very basic system of the 3 steps you need to do to get in, and come join us. Now is the time, guys. Stay focused, and let's make it all happen. So let's jump into this crazy price action on what happened yesterday. So what I spoke about was a breakout, and Bitcoin did break out. So if we jump over here, I want to jump into the smaller time frame chart over here quickly and show you what basically happened yesterday. We had this trend line, and all of a sudden Bitcoin just pumped out of nowhere. It did absolutely insane, right? And what I spoke about is, remember to follow me on Twitter, Sheldon_Sniper. And we actually have Josh here. Josh, what's your Twitter handle, bro? I heard you're kicking ass at trading. What's the Twitter handle?
It's at Josh's Trading.
At Josh's Trading. Amazing. Follow Josh too. So if you have a look over here, I said it on Twitter. I said, breakout, amazing. All of a sudden, I'm getting excited. Everyone's getting excited. But I'm like, okay, if I'm getting excited, we need to be careful. We need to be very careful, because what we need to see is a higher high. So it is so important. And we're not done with this just yet. I'm going to speak about this crazy wick that just happened out of nowhere. We're not done this just yet, but it's very ultimate that on this next move, we got to get above a 4-hour higher high, and that will be this level of the $30,400 level. And then we really have to get past the 31,000, and I'll explain that in a moment. So what I've done is I've actually zoomed into the 1 hour of all this data that's currently happening, and you saw this crazy dump. Now, guys, for me, when I saw it happen, I already thought in my head, this is not a real dump, because the way it works with real dumps, where we're going to go down to the 25, like really continuation dumps, is price actually slowly bleeds. And you guys saw it a lot last year in the bear market, where price slowly bleeds, sends. Okay. This time though, we had a breakout from Bitcoin, literally like maybe 2 hours at the top and then straight down. And for me, it was like, whoa, let's put myself into a normal trader's shoes. Bitcoin breaking 30,000. It's at 30,000. It's time to go long. We're going. Many people enter the longs. They send it. Apparently, there's tokens that were going to hit the market, which still are going to hit. The question is, when are they going to sell? I think that's a big one. But it ended up being a false rumor. And I don't know if that's the only reason that the price dropped, but that definitely was some sort of fear that came within the markets. And all of a sudden, in my head, I was like, this is going to get bought up. This is going to get bought up. Now, so far as that's playing at the moment, it is starting to get bought up. Okay. And what we have over here is a 1 hour trend. If we break this trend, we're still busy with this move over here, which means this was manipulated. We had $500 million liquidated on this dump over here. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, I'm going to explain to you why in a second we are getting this price action in this area. But let's pay attention to the lower time frames. So what I'm looking at now is if we break this hour over here, we're going to now attempt again. And now the same resistance that was yesterday, which was the 29,400, it's the same one we have to break again today. So we have to get back out of this breakout trend, and we have to get back out over here, closing again, and then we have to hunt down. And what I want to see in the next 2 days or so is I want to see Bitcoin back above 30,400. We have to now get to those major sort of areas. So this 1 hour trend, if you're looking at some short-term trades, you have to be extremely careful at the moment. I think it is a great time to start the competition though. But what's nice about this at the moment is if you do have a breakout here, Bitcoin's going to go attempt. And if it attempts, you want to buy this breakout, and many of the altcoins are doing the same thing at the moment, and you want a straight stop loss right at the bottom there, because it is very clear that this was a manipulated dump, guys. Now, let's actually speak about this dump and why are we seeing this crazy price action with Bitcoin at the moment, and especially the last 2-3 weeks. You know, things were flying great and amazing, and all of a sudden it's getting crazy. Now, I want to explain again. This top over here is bull market for me. It's a start of a run that can go for a very long time. And if we start to get to these areas, I'm not saying there's going to be pullbacks. There will be pullbacks. I think the question about new lows, I think gets thrown out the window for now. Okay. But I do have an emergency trend. And I want to remind you guys that if you go to the weekly chart, take a trend line from here, the lows, which was the 15,700, and then the previous low that was in March, which was the 19,800, and draw a trend line. Until we break, this is my only line that's showing either we go back to the lower ranges or even new lows. This is the only line. Right now, you can see we're still well above that. And then remember, secondly, what we do have is the 200 weekly MA. And that is also sitting over here. They worked their asses off to finally get above that. The bulls worked really hard. You could see how long previously we've held it. And then we finally popped down below it for a while. They're going to want to hold this level for a while. So there will be tons of support. So until we have any closes above the 200 weekly and any closes behind this line, I'm not even like, all of this is still a huge possibility. And you got to stop denying it. You got to be very much ready for it if it does happen at any single moment. But what you're starting to get now is you basically have a little bit of fish in the sea. And what I'm saying about fish is you have retail entering the market, but not a lot. And the reason why there's not a lot of fish in the sea right now is because altcoins are not running. Altcoins are just lagging, and every time they make something, they get absorbed. And all the loves of Bitcoin, we've seen it with the dominance. So what you're actually getting over here is you're getting, for me, the way I see it, is whales versus whales, sharks versus sharks. They're busy fighting each other in these sort of areas because some of them want this price to go do the opposite of what everyone's thinking. Guys, let's not deny that if this is a bear market rally, what does a bear market rally mean? It means that we have depression next. So it means that basically very similar to this run over here, big downside side markets, which we saw previously now over the last year or so. Then we have a bear market rally, and then we go into depression. Okay, so that's a bear market rally over there. Some people want that rally. And for me, it's like a lot of people are sort of expecting it because they still, even though the market's turned bullish this year, they're still in last year's mindset. So a lot of people are still looking and still very scared. That's why I don't think we have crazy retail in the market just yet, and all these sort of things, because they're still aware that we're in a bear market or things like that. So the question for me is, how do they screw the people yet again? How do they screw everyone? And how do they make a lot of money? Is they send this thing, they send it to 40, 50K. Everyone's going to buy late again, and then depression possibly comes after that, where they literally destroy them. Now, if that had to be so, remember what I did is I took a Fibonacci from the top to the bottom, and that's the 618. The previous 618 we hit on the last run. If we had to do that, I think it would screw a lot of people by just ripping, and that's sitting at around 50K, guys, which is insane. Now, all that I'm saying is as long as we hold this trend, we still have all of this possible. Now, guys, the 30 to 32,000 is the crazy level, and this is why you're getting a lot of fights. This is why you're getting a lot of craziness. And if you're getting really demotivated at this time, I just want to say something to you. you are literally entering a very critical stage. And for me, if you pass this stage, you're going to make it in the bull run. You're going to make it. You're going to be the one that survives, that actually makes a lot of money within the bull run, because now it's going to get really crunch time to try flush you out, because you have a big fight happening over here. That's why you're getting these crazy liquidations, the crazy moves, because we're on the doorstep of possibly having a huge shift of what we thought was last year and what we thought this year was going to be into being something completely different. So guys, yet again, if Bitcoin decides to break this trend over here, which it looks like it might want to, okay, that breakout level's around about the 29,100 on the 1 hour. Then it's important to get past the 29,400. And then it's very important to get past the top. Okay. Now, if we make the higher high, what is that? $31,000. I still see this weekly short squeeze. And it's a very important close this week. If we can close above that, guys, I see acceleration of Bitcoin going to 37,000. Now, this is crazy, because if we jump back into the dominance, that's the only way that I see dominance going higher, is a higher based Bitcoin. And right now, it looks fueled. The dominance is taking everything right now, which means that these dumps on Bitcoin, like, it's taken seriously. You can definitely see it at the moment that I think they want to send Bitcoin. And every time we see a bank collapse, Bitcoin pumps. All these things sort of happen. So we need to understand that, as much as, for me, the opportunities are still way better within good altcoins. Way better to accumulate on them. The dip comes, you accumulate. Like, be lucky that as long as these things accumulate, in these areas, that you can actually accumulate them. Because when they go, they are way more vicious than Bitcoin. Way more at all. But right now, it is a Bitcoin fight. And we have to be patient with that. To make that basically happen. But it is good to see the fight happening within Bitcoin. And that's why we have this dominance looking incredibly strong. So guys, if this dominance breaks this high over here of the 49%, I think it can go all the way up to 53%. If that happens, 36, 38, maybe 40K Bitcoin. That's how I'm thinking. If there's a huge rejection at any point, I do see this dominance still turning down and love coming with the altcoins, because the altcoins didn't pump. They didn't pump much at all. So if there's any huge pullback within Bitcoin, where we do go to 25, we do go to 22, anything like that, I still see love coming back within the altcoins. Because now we're at the stage again where, when Bitcoin's bullish, dominance is going up. Bitcoin's bearish, dominance comes down. And we saw that yesterday. When that all started to happen. So the way we want to trade this, guys, is pay attention to this 1 hour here on Bitcoin. Okay, it may take a little bit of time, but if we break out again, we're going to attempt it. If we attempt it again, it is so important over the next few days that we have Bitcoin make the new high. If we make the new high, which is around the 31,000, then I see the weekly squeeze happening. And the weekly squeeze, we start to have a huge amount of liquidations. I'm sure there's tons of people wanting to short the market. There's probably tons of whales and big wallets trying to short these areas over here. And then I think price goes up. But at some point, I do agree. If we do go to 38, we do go to 40, anywhere like that, I do think it will be time for us to be TPing. But in that time, again, I still think we have an altcoin catch up. I still think we have a mini alt season. I still think we have a diversifying Bitcoin dominance that comes down and spreads. Now, I just want to quickly take you guys through let's go through here and let's jump back in to the actual charts. Many of the altcoins yesterday, yes, they got hit, okay, but ultimately they all just came and tested support. So I'll show you the example of Near Protocol. There's the wick, tested the same support again, slightly lower, but bounced in that area. We look at Solana, on the trend, still in trend right now. If you're a believer that Bitcoin's going to break and you're bullish now and it breaks, this is the time to add Solana. Stops under this previous low, this crazy wick that just came out of nowhere. Guys, it was a liquidation hunt. And if it hit you in that sense, you're still falling under the fish. And you need to just be aware of that now. Trade slightly less, but trade more accurate, because you still want to get the entries. Okay, so look at that. Look at AVAX, still way beyond trend. This only but came and tested support beautifully. Look at Phantom, tested trend beautifully. Phantom still in the bullish trend. We look at all the tokens. BNB still strong, still well above support. There's the only time to worry about BNB. XRP hit the support beautifully. Ethereum. Let's look at Ethereum as it's hit the support beautifully. So right now, it's very much clear that it's going to be Bitcoin for the next few days. But again, if Bitcoin breaks these higher ranges, you're going to have the Ethereum catch up. You're going to have these sort of things. So let's give, I think that low for Bitcoin for now supports. Any time to worry now about a 25K retest will be if Bitcoin loses this area over here. So we wicked there yesterday. We didn't make a lower low, guys. Still higher low right now. It's still very much an uptrend. Let's see. It needs to make a higher high here. If we don't make a higher high, we can come back down here. And only if we lose these areas do we come back to the lower areas. So for now, sit tight. I would be taking, if we break that short-term trend, some short-term shorts, and I'll be taking quick profits, very quick profits. And I'll be getting myself going with it. So guys, quick show for you all. I'll be back again tomorrow. It's public holiday this time. Much love to you all. Join the competition, join Sniper School. And I'll see you all on tomorrow's show. Much love, Banter fam.